to Sunflower and Little Daisy's Wash and Go channel. I am Sunflower.
And I am Little Daisy. We will be talking about the tools you need to have a successful wash and go using the curlmix 4-step system.
So in order to have a wash and go, you need tools. So the first set of tools you will need is the curlmix 4-step wash and go system. So you have steps 1 and 2, which is your cleanser and your conditioner, a clarifying shampoo, a hydration conditioner, and then your stylers 3 and 4, which is a moisturizing avocado moisturizer and flaxseed gel. Also, just to recap that, curlmix just did a rebrand. So you can see the box looks different from the first box I just showed you. But now it's still the same 4-step system. The formula hasn't changed, just the tubes. So this is a sample kit, that's why it's a little bit smaller. So you still have your 1 and 2, which is your cleansing shampoo, your moisturizing conditioner, and then you still have steps 3 and 4, which is your gel and moisturizer. The difference between this system and the old system is they want us to focus more on the hold versus the scent. So now you would shop for either a light hold, a medium hold, a heavy hold, or a ultra hold, but you'll still get the same results. So after shampooing, while shampooing and conditioning, I'm Sunflower. Little Daisy, so what tools that will you need while you're in the shower doing your shampoo and your conditioner?
Of course, water.
Absolutely. So it's recommended to be in the shower while you're completing your wash and go because you want to have access to running water. But because people are on budgets and you do have to pay for a water bill, you don't necessarily have to complete steps 3 and 4 in the shower, but you do want to be in the shower while you're shampooing and conditioning. So when you're doing steps 3 and 4, if you're not in the shower, then you want to have a spray bottle or a continuous misting spray bottle or some type of bottle that you can put water in and mist your hair while you're applying steps 3 and 4. So what other tools do you need while you're in the shower doing steps, at least steps 2? So while we're conditioning, what tools are we using?
Well, we have to have a detangling brush just in case your hair is tangled.
So she is absolutely correct. So when you are conditioning, this is extremely important. I have multiple detangling brushes, but you want to have a tool to detangle. Now you can start detangling during steps 1 when you're shampooing, using your fingertips, kind of just like getting those kinks out, getting those knots out while you're just combing through with your fingers. But during step 2, in order to have a beautiful wash and go, you need to have some form of a detangling tool to go through each strand of that hair, pulling out those dead strands.
Shedded hair.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. The shedded hair, combing out those fairy knots during the conditioning.
And if you don't want to do it in the shower and make it kind of easier, you can do it before you get in the shower and start
that's called a pre-poo, which there's multiple ways of cleansing your hair and detangling. So you'll decide what works best for you. But before you actually start shampooing, you can get your mister, mist your hair. If you have some type of serum, you can put that, start from the roots into the ends, and then you can take your detangling brush and kind of start detangling that way. But most importantly, you want to make sure that you detangle your hair. So when you're applying steps 3 and 4, because you shouldn't be using a tool while you're doing the moisturizer and gel. You should only be using your fingers. So if you can smooth your fingers through your hair while you're doing steps 3 and 4, then you've did an awesome job with detangling. If you find yourself having snugs and kinks and fairy knots in there, then you did not do your best at detangling your hair. Extremely important. So, while detangling, so one of the things that I do with our hair while we're detangling is I apply my conditioner and then I section my hair in 4 sections. 2 at the top and 2 in the back. And then from there, I do subsections. Once that is detangled and I have it smoothed out, I'll twist it up and I use clips. Now, clips are another tool that you will need. These can be purchased at any hair store, your Walmart, probably even at the grocery store in the hair section. But you want to have a pack of clips to section your hair off while you're detangling. And those clips are also helpful when you are doing steps 3 and 4.
The reason why you need clips is so that the hair that you like already like detangled, you don't get it with the
hair that's that needs to be detangled.
Yeah.
So and she's absolutely correct. So it separates the hair you've already detangled from the hair that needs to be detangled. Going to steps 3, after you apply your gel, your moisturizer, and you apply your gel, you can use your same clips to keep that out the way as you start doing the next section, applying steps 3 and 4. So detangling brush and clips are going to be your friend, especially if you have high density hair. If you have a lot of hair and it's super thick, you're gonna run these, because you're gonna find yourself, you're gonna think you're gonna did all your hair and you're gonna have a patch in the middle, like that place that you can't see, like right here in the back or somewhere in the top, that you're like, oh my goodness, like why that one did? Because you missed it. So tools, clips, and a detangling brush.
Clips and a detangling brush can be your best friend at some point.
Awesome. So this is, if you're doing your steps in the shower, then having a shower mirror is going to be extremely helpful, because that way you can see what's going on. I actually have one. I don't have it in here with us because it's in my shower and I don't want to take it down. But a shower mirror will be very useful if you're doing your steps in the shower. I don't do steps 3 and 4 in the shower. I usually do them outside. But when I'm conditioning and detangling, I like to see what I'm doing. So we've talked about your brushes, your detangling brush. We talked about the clips. Anything else that you can think of that you'll need while doing your wash and go?
Okay. What you need is, once you're like getting ready to go to bed, you need like some satin scrunchies, like to put your hair in pineapples, and you need a satin bonnet, or you can do a satin pillowcase, or you can just do both.
Yep, and we have those here. So this is my bonnet, and I sleep in it every night for the most part. Or if I am extremely like loving my hair and I don't want to mess it up, then I'll put on a scarf and a bonnet to make sure that my curls are protected. So you kind of jumped a little bit ahead because we applied the steps 3 and 4, but you didn't tell the people how to
dry it. You can't air dry it. Can't. You can use what's this called?
It's a handheld dryer. It's a handheld blow dryer. But the tool that you will need for that is a diffuser. I did not know what a diffuser was prior to using curlmix. That was something that I learned in the community. But this attachment is helpful because when you just using the dryer, it moves your hair.
Yeah.
And you don't want that to move your hair because that's going to create unnecessary frizz very early into your drying system. Yes. So the diffuser, it blows out the air or the heat, but it doesn't move the hair, and it allows the hair to stay in place to dry and set without the movement. Because when your hair starts to move, it breaks the cast, which is your gel. That is where you get your hardness that what defines those curls, that's your cast. Once that cast starts breaking, the hair becomes a lot more movable and it creates functional frizz, usually by day 3 or 4. But a diffuser is going to be your friend. For some people, they just use a diffuser. For some others, you have the hooded dryer. Now, I am a hooded dryer person. I sit under the hooded dryer for about 30 minutes, and then once my cast is formed, my hair is dry, if I might feel somewhere in the roots that is not dry, or maybe like the back of the ends is not a little damp, then I'll go in with my diffuser and just hold it there for about 5 seconds and then just move it around. But this is how you're diffused. You don't want to put it in the hair, which some people do. I choose not to. But you just want to hover over and kind of just move it. And that is how you will diffuse. So,
oh, you can also use a hooded dryer. Is that what it's
so no,
Oh.
This is a steam cap. So this is used during steps 2 when you are conditioning. So deep conditioning is also important with trying to retain moisture, to get your hair hydrated. You can steam prior to starting your wash because it'll open up your cuticles, open up your hair follicles, and makes receiving the water in your hair a lot sooner. So in our first video, I believe we talked about when you're in the shower, you want to saturate your hair for about 10 minutes because you want to rinse all of that buildup, all of that old product out of your hair, and allow the hair to rinse all of that out. And depending on the texture and the density of your hair, the porosity of your hair, it can take a while. So by applying hot water to your hair before and putting on your steam cap, that open up your cuticles, open up your follicles, and then it cuts down the time that you're in the shower rinsing your hair. This can also be used as a deep conditioning tool when you're doing steps 2. Your step 2, you leave it on your hair for about 10 minutes. You can use the steamer with a plastic cap, and that's just going to soften those curls. It's going to hydrate your hair and moisturize it. This is not a drying tool. This is for steaming, during your step 2 conditioning, deep conditioning, or you can use it prior to shampooing to help open up your cuticles. So that is what this is for. So that's an electric steam cap. So you have to plug it in. curlmix just presented us with this awesome heat cap. You put it in the microwave for about a minute, 30 seconds. It keeps warm for about 15. From my understanding, it has flexies in here, which is like the same flexies that they use to extract to make the gel. That is what is in this cap. You have on a plastic cap on your hair, and then you will put this on with all the hair tucked in and leave it on for about 15 minutes. You'll feel it start to cool. Take it off and rinse that out, and then you'll move on to steps 3 and 4. But I say these are all essential tools to having a successful wash and go. You can't have a wash and go without cleansing your hair, moisturizing it, and having the stylers, the gel. You need those. You're going to need a detangling brush. If kinky, coily hair, you need some type of tool to get those kinks out of there. You want to have clips as you section your hair off. While detangling, those clips are going to come in handy when you're applying your moisturizer and gel. Again, those clips are going to come in handy because it's going to separate what you've done and what you need to do. One of my girlfriends, I never thought about it, but she used like a color method to help her know like what she's done and what she haven't done. And I was like, oh, you know what? That is so organizing when you're doing your hair. So whatever works for you, but those are essential tools. You want to have your mister, a spray bottle. If you're not doing steps 3 and 4 in the shower, this is going to be your friend. Fill it up with some hot water. If you've been watching my videos, you probably seen this in every video because I keep it with me. Fill it up with hot water. mist that section down till it's dripping wet. Go in with my stylers. Once you've applied your 3 and 4, you need to set your curls. That is how you're going to get those 5 to 7 day curls that last. Once you put your stylers in, you got to set the cast. You want to hold them. You can either use the diffuser and as well as the hooded dryer, or you can use either or. But either way it go, you want to set your curls. It's not recommended to air dry. When we first started, her curls was popping. Like her first wash, they were popping. We were so excited. I did not completely dry her hair, and I let it air dry, and then the next morning it wasn't as defined. So you get your drying tool. You don't want to air dry. It's not going to last as long. You're going to break your cast a lot sooner, and you're going to have frizz like the next day. So these are your essential tools that you will need to have a wash and go. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. If you love what you are seeing, then what should they do, Sade?
They subscribe.
Duh. I'm just saying. Like, we're here to help educate you and walk you through how to have successful wash and goes. We had never done wash and goes prior to curlmix. So it is just awarding to me to have a product that we absolutely love, that does the most for our hair, and we want to share that with you all and just give kudos to the curlmix family, the curlmix team, for giving us such awesome products that our hair loves. As you can see, these are... Well, this is actually a twist out, but I still use all curlmix products. Don't let them touch sunflower except for curlmix. I'm just saying.
And these tools can be your best friends at some tough times.
That is correct. So until the next time, thank you guys for joining us. Please subscribe, like, comment below so that we can help you achieve a successful wash and go.
Curlmix for life.
What she said.